Hello everyone, I'm Yvonne, a children's librarian here at the Manchester City Library, and welcome to Elementary Experiments Summer Reading Edition. Here we will do experiments and activities aimed at elementary grades 1 through 6 with a focus on STEAM, or science, technology, engineering, art, or math. If you want to join us in person, please visit our website to register. This will guarantee that you get a craft kit for that week. And also, if you are signed up for our summer reading program, going to Elementary Experiments will earn you the weekly badge for this week. Because our summer reading program is all together now, which we are doing along a camp theme. So we are kind of earning scout badges for attending one of our programs each week. Elementary Experiments will earn you one of those badges for the week that it is running. Of course, you don't have to be in summer reading to enjoy Elementary Experiments. And also, you don't even have to be in grades 1 through 6 to enjoy it online. So that's why I thought we would continue to post our activities and crafts here in a shortened version. And these videos will be going up the same day that we do have the program in person, which is a little bit different than how we did it during the school year. So just be aware of that and double check our calendar if you do want to come in person. But also, I understand if you would rather continue here online. Now that that is all covered, let's get into this week's elementary experiments. Hello everyone, and welcome to this week's elementary experiments, Grow and Discover. This elementary experiments, we are covering our first and our second week of our summer reading program, which are Growing Together and Find Your Way. So that is kind of our plant badge and our orienteering badge. And so in our activities this week, we are going to be looking at capillary action, which is how plants move nutrients and water up their stems and are able to feed themselves. So our second activity is for map making. We are DIYing our own old map. And this is to highlight our Finding Your Way and our orienteering badge. So I really hope you have fun with this sort of classic activity and maybe think about it a little deeper than you have in the past. Finally, we are to our craft for this week, which is to make our own compass. This one is pretty cool, and I was excited that it worked. So I'm going to actually grab our craft kit and walk through it with you. Remember that our craft kits are going to be available kind of as long as supplies last at the Manchester City Library. If you go to the children's desk and you are getting it for someone in grades 1 through 6, but remember that registering and coming in person is the best way to guarantee that you get a craft kit. But I am going to grab that and the few extra things that we need, and I will meet you right back here. All right, so here we are. Here is our kit to make your own compass. Now, as usual, we try to make these things that you can find on your own, but we do also provide them just in case if you can make it to the library. So in this one, it is maybe surprisingly simple. We have a bottle cap, but you can also use other things. So basically, we need something that is not going to interfere with magnetic field and will float on the water. And so a bottle cap is a easy to find solution to that. We also have a paper clip, although if you have a needle, that should work as well. And finally, we have a magnet. Now, if you have a weaker magnet, it should still work, but it might take a little bit more work to get your metal magnetized. So a stronger one is probably better. This is kind of like a mid-range one, but it should work out all right. Okay, the extra things that I have gathered are a container with water in it, and it does need to be big enough so that your metal, whether it be paperclip or needle, can rotate freely in it. I have a Sharpie, which you don't necessarily need, but I'm going to use it to try and mark one end of my paperclip. And then also extra, I do have a real bona fide working compass. I actually got this out of one of our nature backpacks that you guys can also check out from the Manchester City Library. And I'm going to use this to double check the magnet or the compass that I am making today. Okay, so let's see, we've got our bowl of water. The first thing we need to do is we need to take our paper clip and we need to straighten it out. If you need to get the help of an adult or possibly an adult with pliers, it may help, but it's not too bad. All right, now I'm going to mark one end with a permanent marker because it is going to be going in the water. So we need to make sure that any marks we put on are not just going to come off. And this is just so we can kind of figure out which end is pointing which way, like which one is north and which one is south. Okay, so then we take our magnets and our paper clip. And what we're going to do is we are going to run the magnet across the paper clip in one direction, and then we're going to lift up the magnet so that it goes back to the beginning and run it again. So we're not running back and forth. We're just running in one direction. So we are trying to align the magnetic field of our paper clip. And so we are all going in one direction, so we are not confusing that. So I'm going to run this over maybe somewhere between 20 and 50 times, depending on how strong the magnet is. And then we are going to have our bottle cap floating in our bowl of water. And then we are going to try and rest our paper clip on there so that it will be able to rotate freely and align itself to the Earth's magnetic field. That is the goal. We will see if it goes. So it looks like my compass is working. Here, let me see if I can show you guys. Okay, so I pointed it a different direction, and I'm gonna watch it swing back around. So this side is our north side, and this side is the south. And you can see by my official compass that it's doing a pretty good job of pointing in the correct direction. Oh, here, let me line this up. So on this compass, the red is a north and the south, and the white is south. So you can see that that is lined up, and then this is pointing. And like I said, as you saw, if you try and sort of swirl this around, we can do it without dumping off our paper clip. Oh, nope, I just did. Okay. So you see how it swirls itself around. This again is our south. That is the end that is marked. and it reorients itself no matter how you try and confuse it. All right, and that is about it for our craft. It is a little bit straightforward, but very cool, and kind of a good thing to know. I hesitate to call it a full-on survival skill, but it is definitely a very cool trick. If you are having trouble getting your paperclip to point north, try and take it out and running it up a few more times with the magnet, making sure to run it only one direction and pick it up and start again, because you do want to make sure that it is magnetized correctly. That is really the trick for this craft. Okay, and that kind of wraps up our Grow and Discover Elementary Experiments. I hope that you enjoyed. I want to remind everyone that we are doing a mainly every other week schedule for elementary experiments, except for holidays. And our next elementary experiments would fall on July 4th, and we are closed for that holiday. So our actual next in-person elementary experiments in the same day that we will be posting our next video is going to be on July 11th. We are going to be going over our nature and design elementary experiments, which are covering our animal investigator and getting into gadgetry weeks in our summer reading program. So just to give a little bit heads up, we are going to be thinking about how you can move water from a lower place to a higher place without electricity in the easiest way possible. So we are going to do an activity pertaining to that. We're also going to be talking and exploring a little bit about camouflage and mimicry and how those things help animals survive. And then finally, we are going to have a challenge for our craft in who can design the best strong spider web. So if any of these things sound interesting to you, then try and find time to come to our in-person event, or at least try and remember to visit us back here online for the video. As usual, I will also put up a few book recommendations. And if you are doing our summer reading program, you can find even more book recommendations through Read Squared, as well as our missions and other challenges. Until July 11th, bye!